Hey guys, so welcome to day 2. Don't mind the exuberantly reflective glasses. I'm probably gonna say that like every time. So technically I'm filming this the night before, which may or may not happen while I'm doing this challenge. But you know, if I get something I maybe want to share, then, and I have time, which I do now, I'm just gonna go for it. So for day 2, I actually thought I would do something a little bit fun and actually do a haul video. I don't really do these very often, and I figured it might be kind of fun. So let's see, I wonder if I can turn that off, because then there won't be that horrible, hopefully not the horrible reflection. But I've turned off my screens now, so now I can't see. Maybe that's just a bad idea. We'll see. Turn back on. Waiting. Alright. I think I'm just gonna take my glasses off because you can't see anything in all this. There's me with my parental bag, my mom bag eyes, I don't know. Anyway, you know what, it just occurred to me I was gonna grab something else. There it is. See, this is going to be fun. So, haul video. I first of all got a couple of decks in a trade, and I just wanted to share those really quickly. But also, my husband treated me to some things, and I was really excited because all of my purchases were spiritual. So first I'll do the trade that I got. So I traded 2 of my decks and ended up getting 2, which is awesome. So the first one that I got is the Sacerdotito Tarot. And I'm not going to really get into this because I want to do an extensive review after I've worked with it for a while. But I'll just show you guys really quick. So, gilded. These are the pretty backs. And yeah, this deck has a lot of emotion in it, and that's actually something that I was really interested in because I wanted a deck with mostly human figures and to display a lot of emotion. But the other thing that drew me to this deck is it is inspired by Japanese culture and Buddhist ideals, as well as what the artist claimed as contemporary living in the Pacific Northwest, which made me really happy because I'm from the Pacific Northwest, as you guys know. So yeah, I was able to get this one through a trade, and we'll talk more about it at some point here when I decide to do a full review on my channel. It used to be that I didn't do full walkthroughs on my channel, and now I have decided to change it up where I do reviews after I've worked with the deck for some time. And then I think I'll decide to start doing full walkthroughs and discussing the imagery when I do that. So that will start to happen. The other one that I got was in this tiny little bag that I'm just kind of temporarily storing it in right now. I got the Bohemian Gothic, but it's the mini. It's like so tiny. It's so tiny. I might eventually see if I can trade this for the full copy, just because my eyes are so bad. But honestly, for a small deck, you can still see images pretty clearly. I was a little bit apprehensive about this deck just because I wasn't quite sure what to think of the imagery, but it's really fun. Like, it's a really cool spooky deck. Some of the facial expressions in it, though, like, I can't help but kind of laugh at. They're a little bit comical. I won't go too into this deck either, but yeah, I think eventually I will probably, like I said, maybe see if anybody would want to trade me for the full, like the large version. But honestly, I don't have too much trouble being able to see the images because the print job was really well done on it. I just got it in that little bag, extra bag that I have for now. So those are the two things that I got in a trade recently. And then the other things that I got that my husband gifted to me were, I got the Crow Tarot. This is the last deck that I got recently. I really like the artwork on this deck. It is collage-y, as you guys know, and it's all featuring crows, and it's pretty similar to Rider-Waite. So I thought that was really fun. I had thought about getting this deck when it came out, and I decided to hold off to see if it was something that I was really interested in. And you know, then my husband was like, "If you want to make, you know, spend this amount of money, you can do what you want, do what you want." So I was thought, all right, why not? So that's the Crow Tarot. And then the other thing I got recently is I have been wanting to learn how to do this my whole, well, I don't even know how long. I think like 15 years at this point, maybe even longer. And I thought finally, I'm just going to get this and I'm going to start learning. Now, I don't honestly know if this is the traditional way to do this, and I intend on finding that out. But I thought this was a good place to start. So I decided to get the Cup of Destiny, is what this is called, and start to learn how to read tea leaves, because it's just something I've always wanted to know. So this is really kind of hard to open. Just carefully. I have to try and like get everything out here. So it comes with a cup. It's got all the symbols. I don't know if the webcam is focusing, guys, because without my glasses on, I honestly can't see. So, but it's a little bit better than not being able to see my face. So, and then it's got the saucer, and it also comes with a book that will walk you through all of the symbols and how to interpret everything, and some of the symbols that you may see in the leaves. I can read this because I'm nearsighted, but I have to be like, because I'm so horribly blind. Oh, I want LASIK, guys. Let's see. It says how to make a reading, preparing for a reading, reading the signs, and then it kind of goes into like the different shapes and symbols and how to interpret the symbols on the cup as well. So I'm really excited to start diving into tea leaf reading. It is a form of divination that I've always wanted to learn. I know how to do a pendulum. I know how to do the runes, although I don't know all of them by heart. And obviously tarot and oracle. But yeah, this was the next on my list for divination because I'm a divination witch and I love it. So that is the Cup of Destiny. And then the next 4 things are books. There's one other thing in this order that I did get that actually had to be delayed by a few days, and I ordered the Halloween Tarot because it's a Halloween themed deck and I just wanted to get it because it's awesome. But yeah, so that's not in this, but I did get that as well. So the books that I ordered were Tarot Elements by Melissa Sanova. I read Kitchen Table Tarot and I just loved it. It was such a good book and she is so awesome. I love how down to earth it was. I plan on adding it to my collection. I actually just checked it out from the library and read through it, but I was figuring I'll get that at another point in time. But since I loved that so much, I figured that I would just buy this outright and read through it because she's fantastic. Ethany actually has a interview with Melissa Sanova on her channel. If you guys haven't seen it, it's fantastic. I actually found out that Melissa Sonova wanted to call this book Tarot Elements 5 Readings to Unfuck Your Life, but they wouldn't let her do that. I think that's unfortunate because that would have been great. So that's the first book that I got. The next book that I got was Sigil Witchery, and this is by Laura Tempest Zakroff. She's actually the one that wrote Weave the Liminal, which I have not read, but I've heard good things about. I recently started really getting into Sigil Witchery. I've always done, I will draw sigils with my foundation or my lotion before I rub it into my face. That's just something that I've always done. But recently I made a mental health journal and I made a healing sigil for that. So, and this is just something that I just intuitively created using somewhat of a process, and then I kind of started to go from there. But this is just a therapy journal, mental health journal. It's just going to keep track of like my mental health and my journey through talk therapy and all that stuff. But I thought it was a really cool idea to put a healing sigil on it. And so that kind of sparked my, we're just going to toss things. That kind of sparked my interest into diving deeper into sigil witchery or sigil magic. And I've heard very good things about this book. So even just flipping through the contents, it seems very extensive, and I'm really looking forward to diving deep into it. So my to-read list is just getting larger, but that's okay. I actually made a books to read list in my planner bullet journal, and it did have every book that I had on my Amazon wish list, and these are 4 books that I pulled off of my Amazon wish list to purchase. So the next book is called Natural Psychic, and this is by Ellen Dugan. I've read a handful of her books over the years. Text message. Yes, I'm a nerd. Yes, that is the Mario 1-up theme. I'm going to silence that though since I'm filming. The person that texts me watches this channel, and when he sees this video, he'll know that he was the one that texted me. But yeah, I've read a lot of Ellen Dugan's books over the years, and I do like her books. So when I found out that she had one on psychic abilities, I really wanted to pick it up. And what I really like about this one is that it has the 3 P's, so premonition, precognition, and postcognition, and how to differentiate between them. And then she talks about the clairs, which is something that I was also trying to have a better understanding of. And then psychometry, group readings, tarot, psi senses, mediumship, seances, psychic attacks, psychic self-defense. There's just so much in here that was all kind of in one book that I was really wanting to kind of dive deeper into when it comes to understanding my own abilities, which I think would actually be another great video for this 30-day challenge to kind of discuss. But yeah, so Natural Psychic. And then the last video is by our own Ethany here on YouTube. I'm really looking forward to reading her book, Your Tarot Court. I adore Ethany. I adore her channel. If you guys aren't subscribed to her, she's fantastic. She makes me laugh. She's just seems very genuine. I actually Erica from Raw Spirit here on YouTube went to Reader Studio in April, and she met Ethany, and she said that she's fantastic. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading Ethany's book. And so that's my haul. I have been trying to get back into my reading practice, and it's been kind of rough. Right now, what I'm trying to work my way through, which I'll show you guys another book that I did get recently, Tarot for Troubled Times by Teresa Reed and Shaheen Miro. Shaheen Miro, excuse me, I'm sorry. It's sad because I had surgery on August 16th, and on August 18th, Teresa Reed was holding a workshop here in Minneapolis at the local one of the local metaphysical stores that I always go to, and I was so sad that I had to miss it because it was tarot for shadow work, and I really, really wanted to go, but I was recovering from surgery, so I couldn't. Oh, so sad. But yes, this book is fantastic, and I like that it's by both of them, and there's just so much in here. So I will be doing a book review on this once I get through it. I'm not very far yet, just because I have been struggling with keeping up with my reading practice. I was going strong in the beginning of the year, just plowing through books, and I distract myself, and it's frustrating. Also, I am dyslexic, so I'm a slow read, or at least I believe that I am. My husband actually claims that I'm not, but so it just, there's a confidence issue there that I'm trying to get over. But then there's also I would love to sit and pick up a book and read sometimes during the day when I'm with my children and they're just playing and keeping themselves content and stuff. But I kind of have to have it quiet to read. I can read if my husband is like playing a game or something, as long as he's not too loud. But if someone's constantly trying to engage in a conversation with me, be it my kids kind of coming in and out, I have a really hard time grabbing hold of what I'm reading and comprehending it and having it really sink in on a mental level and a cognitive level. So that's just something that has always kind of frustrated me. But so it's a lot easier for me to just read at night. But then I fall into the social media trap during the day where I'm just browsing through social media and at the times that I don't feel like engaging in my children. Because let's face it, if you're a stay-at-home parent, you understand. You don't always want to engage in your children. We do our best, but sometimes we just need to disconnect for our sanity. So I go to social media because it doesn't require a lot of brain power. And I have to find a way to draw that back some. And this week I actually have been trying to work on that more because the weather has been so fantastic here that I have been venturing out. I've gotten them outside every single day to this week. I have gotten them to the park twice this week. One day we had to leave early because there was a thunderstorm rolling in, and by the time we got home it was hailing, like between dime and nickel sized hail. So that was another thing. But I have been trying to change those habits, but it's not easy. And I hate that social media has to be something that we have to like basically detox from, because I do see some benefits to social media. I, being from another part of the country, use social media to keep up with all of the friends and family that I left behind in Washington when I moved here to Minnesota. But at the same time, I do tend to notice a part of myself that just tends to like fall into that this is an easy distraction that doesn't require a lot of brain power, so this is what I'm gonna do type thing. And I don't like that. So also, I want my children to see me with my nose in a book more often than my face looking at a screen. And I do my best to read to them, but I just have a hard time keeping up with my own reading practice. And that's something that I'm hoping to encourage myself to do more. I was a little bit nervous about picking some books from my wish list when I already kind of have a backlog of books that I intend on reading behind me. There's a section of my shelf that's just all like to read, and it's probably about this big, which I just added more to it. But I do trust that I can encourage myself to read more. The same with doing this 30-day challenge. I do trust that I can do it. So I have to have faith in myself to be able to do these things, because as I said before, when it comes to this specifically, keeping a promise to yourself is just, it changes how you look at what you are capable of doing. So, you know, I have to tell myself that I can do these things, that I can make these changes, and that I can do these little steps to improve myself to where I want to be without having unrealistic expectations, because sometimes I tend to put too much weight upon myself, and that is also something that I need to work on. But yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to ramble about. You guys will see this post tomorrow, so it'll kind of be weird because it'll probably come up during sometime during the day, and it's clear that I filmed this at night, but I just kind of wanted to get this one done tonight. And like I said, throughout this 30-day challenge, that might happen, because sometimes I'm going to do my best to film when I get a moment to do so, when my children aren't present. And I am probably going to maybe do some videos where I film 2 in a day and post it the next day or something like that, because sometimes it will be nice to just have an evening where I'm not thinking about it, or maybe I'll have plans the next evening and I will be gone. I tend to do most of my hanging out and socializing with other people at night when my children are asleep, so that also might occur. So if you guys notice that a video pops up and it's during the day but it's very clear that I filmed at night, that's what happened. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little ramble for day 2 and my little haul. It's always fun to see that kind of stuff. I don't try to do it too much on my channel, but I figured they're all spiritual stuff, and I figured you guys might like seeing it. Once I get the Halloween tarot, I'll probably show that too. I am also being gifted a copy of the Mary L and Ghosts and Spirits tarot as well, so I will show you guys those as they get in. And to the friend who is watching this who gifted those to me, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I am so excited to receive those decks. I really want to talk a lot about the Mary L when I get it, because I kind of have like a weird relationship with that deck. So once I get that, you know, I'll probably do a video on that as well and kind of talk about it a little bit. But yep, that's it for day 2. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I will see you tomorrow in my next one. Oh, I gotta put my glasses back on because I can't see. See, you're gonna see all these like weird sides of me. Here we go. I can see. Woohoo! Restart to update and stay in support. I don't want to restart right now, computer. Can I please just stop recording? No? Oh, okay. Just a minute. Technical difficulties. I'm gonna move this over to my next screen. And there we go. Bye.